Hello there, curious minds. Imagine your AI agent trying to research something on the internet, but it can only see one website. The one you tell it to visit. Now imagine giving it access to every major platform: Twitter, Reddit, GitHub, YouTube, LinkedIn, Bilibili, even Chinese platforms you've never heard of, all at once. No API fees. One command. That's what Agent Reach does. And with 27,500 GitHub stars in under 5 months, I'd say the internet has noticed. Let's dig in. Agent Reach is an open source tool that gives any coding agent read and search access to 15 plus internet platforms. Not through paid APIs. Not through web scrapers that break every week. Through existing open source command line tools that it installs, configures, and health checks for you. The pitch is simple. Your AI agent is missing half the internet. Coding agents like Claude Code, OpenClaw, Cursor, and Windsurf are incredibly powerful at writing code and reasoning through problems. But they are blind to the vast majority of human conversation happening across the social web. They can't search Reddit for real user opinions on a library. They can't check GitHub issues for known bugs before you implement a feature. They can't browse YouTube comments to see how a community reacted to a release. Agent Reach changes that. It plugs directly into your existing agent workflow. No new interface, no separate chat window. Your agent just uses tools like it would use grep or curl. But now, those tools reach into Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, GitHub, LinkedIn, and more. The numbers back up the enthusiasm. The repository crossed 27,000 stars in under 5 months. Almost 9,000 of those came in the last 30 days alone. 2,200 forks. The growth curve is steep. Let's talk about what 15 platforms actually means. Because there's a difference between a tool that technically supports something and a tool that does it well. Agent Reach's platform list reads like a directory of everywhere humans talk about technology. First, the obvious ones. Twitter and Reddit, essential for gauging community sentiment, finding real-world bug reports, and tracking discussion around new releases. YouTube, for searching transcripts, comments, and video metadata. GitHub, for repository search, issue tracking, and exploring trending projects. LinkedIn, for professional discussion and industry analysis. Then the less obvious. Facebook and Instagram, yes, they're included primarily for public pages and group content. V2EX, a hugely influential Chinese tech community that English-speaking agents completely miss. Bilibili, think of it as China's YouTube plus Discord hybrid, where massive amounts of technical content lives. Xiaohongshu, known as Little Red Book, a lifestyle and review platform with surprising depth in tech discussions. Xiaoyuzhou, a Chinese podcast platform, and of course general web search, plus RSS for traditional blog and news feeds. Now, that's a lot of platforms. But here's the clever part. Agent Reach doesn't try to maintain its own scrapers for all of these. Each platform is accessed through established open-source CLI tools. Twitter Access uses an open Twitter command line client. YouTube uses YTDLP, the well-known download tool. GitHub uses the official GHCI. Reddit has its own tooling. General Web uses Gina Reader, among others. The result is a system that doesn't need API keys from each platform, doesn't need to maintain fragile scrapers, and doesn't incur per-request costs. The tools are already maintained by their communities. Agent Reach just orchestrates them. For login-backed platforms like Twitter, Bilibili, and Xiaohongshu, you do need to configure cookies, which Agent Reach guides you through with its setup commands. More on that later. Here's where my ears perk up. Because when I first heard about Agent Reach, I assumed it was a wrapper, a thin layer over some APIs that lets your agent call out to the web. I assumed wrong. Agent Reach is a router and a selector, not a wrapper. This is a critical distinction. A wrapper takes one or more backends and gives you a uniform interface. If a backend fails, the wrapper fails. If a backend changes its API, you wait for an update. We've all used tools like that. Agent Reach works differently. For each platform, it can have multiple backends. When your agent asks for a Twitter search, Agent Reach checks which backends are available and healthy, then routes to the best one. If one backend is rate limited, it tries another. If a cookie expires, it flags it in its health check. The architecture centers around what I'll call a platform abstraction layer. Each platform, Twitter, Reddit, GitHub, has a defined interface. What operations can you perform? Search, get thread, get user profile, get trending. The actual implementation is provided by whatever backend tools are installed. Think of it like a universal remote for your agent's internet access. Each button on the remote, search YouTube, get Reddit thread, check GitHub issues, triggers the best available backend for that platform. If you have both Gina Reader and a custom web scraper installed, Agent Reach knows which one is faster and more reliable, and routes accordingly. The install process is where this really shines. You run a single command, Agent Reach install -nv equals auto. Agent Reach detects your operating system and package manager, then installs all the upstream tools it needs. YDLP for YouTube, the Twitter CLI, the Reddit CLI, Gina Reader for web, the GitHub CLI. Each tool is installed through its official channel. Then health, and there's a doctor command, Agent Reach doctor-JSON. This shows you for every platform which backend is active and whether it's working. If your Twitter cookie's expired, you'll see it here. If YTDLP needs an update, it shows up. It's like a dashboard for your agent's internet access. The result is that Agent Reach works with any coding agent that supports tool calling, Claude Code, OpenClaw, Cursor, Windsurf, Codex. They all work because Agent Reach doesn't care which agent you use. It just provides the tools. Let's talk about the growth because the numbers are genuinely unusual. 27,500 stars in under 5 months. That's roughly 180 stars per day since the repository was created in late February. The last 30 days alone added almost 9,000 stars, a rate of nearly 300 per day, which is accelerating. For context, that's the kind of trajectory you see with tools that solve a real painful problem. Not hype, not a clever launch campaign, just a tool that people install, find useful, and star. The repository has 2,200 forks, suggesting substantial community engagement. The last push was in mid-June, so it's actively maintained. Now, I should note that GitHub stars are not a perfect proxy for quality. They measure attention, not necessarily adoption. A star is cheap. It's a single click. A fork is slightly more meaningful. Active issue discussions and pull requests are the real signal. But when a tool sustains this kind of growth for 5 months, and the growth is accelerating rather than peaking and fading, that's a meaningful signal. The community is finding something valuable here. What we don't have are formal benchmarks. No latency comparisons against raw API access. No success rate measurements for platform queries. No uptime statistics. The project is too young and too community-driven for that level of formal measurement. But the qualitative signal from the community is overwhelmingly positive. This is where Agent Reach becomes genuinely exciting. Because once you give your agent access to all these platforms, new workflows become possible that simply were not feasible before. Let me walk you through specific scenarios. Scenario 1. You're an AI engineer evaluating a new model. Your coding agent can read the technical paper and the benchmark results. But with Agent Reach, it can also search Reddit for real user experiences across multiple subreddits, check Twitter for community sentiment, scan GitHub issues for reported problems, and search YouTube for hands-on reviews. All of that in one conversation. The agent synthesizes across platforms and gives you a complete picture. Not just what the benchmark says, but what actual users are experiencing. Scenario 2. You're building a project and want to avoid known pitfalls. Your agent can search GitHub issues for common bugs in your dependencies, check Reddit discussions for workarounds, scan Twitter for real-time outage reports, and search recent blog posts via RSS for migration guides. Your agent becomes a collective intelligence engine, cross-referencing sources that would take you hours to check manually. There's a subtler benefit, too. When your agent searches multiple platforms for the same topic, it can detect consensus and contradiction. If GitHub issues say a library is stable but Reddit threads are full of crash reports, your agent can flag that discrepancy and ask you to investigate further. This kind of cross-platform verification is something that single-source search simply cannot provide. Scenario 3. Content research. If you're creating a video or article, your agent can pull trends from multiple platforms simultaneously. What's trending on GitHub right now? What are people discussing on Hacker News? What's the sentiment on Twitter around a particular release? What questions are people asking on Reddit? This is the kind of cross-platform intelligence that previously required multiple tools and hours of manual work. But the most powerful use case, in my opinion, is agent-assisted open-source maintenance. Imagine an AI agent that monitors GitHub issues, Reddit discussions, Twitter mentions, and YouTube comments about your project, then proactively proposes fixes, writes documentation, and drafts responses based on what the community is saying. That's not theoretical with Agent Reach. Now, the reality check. Agent Reach requires you to configure authentication for login-backed platforms. Twitter needs cookies. Bilibili needs cookies. The setup process for these is documented, and the doctor command helps you verify everything is working. But it's not zero config for the login-backed platforms. The public platforms, YouTube, GitHub, Reddit, web search, work much more smoothly out of the box. Let's talk about how Agent Reach fits into the broader ecosystem. Because there are other tools that try to solve pieces of this problem. The most direct comparison is with browser use tools and web agents. Projects like Browser Use, Playwright-based agents, and web navigation tools aim to give AI agents general web access. They can see anything a human can see in a browser. The trade-off is speed and reliability. Browser automation is slow, fragile, and expensive. It loads full pages, renders JavaScript, and processes visual content. Agent Reach, by contrast, uses command line tools that return structured text. It's faster, cheaper, and more reliable for the platforms it supports. But it can only access the platforms it specifically supports. The second comparison is with API wrappers like SERP API or other search-as-a-service providers. These are reliable and well-maintained, but they cost money per request, and they cover far fewer platforms. Agent Reach is free and covers more platforms, but requires local installation and maintenance. The third comparison is with built-in tool use in agents like Claude Code and OpenClaw. Claude Code has its own web search tool, but it's limited. OpenClaw can be configured with various tools, but setup is manual. Agent Reach is the most comprehensive prepackaged solution for multi-platform agent access. It covers the most platforms with the least configuration. The honest assessment: Agent Reach is not competing with browser agents for general web browsing. It's competing with the idea that your agent should only see what you explicitly tell it to search, and it's winning that argument decisively. There's also the question of agent ecosystems. Claude Code has its own growing set of MCP tools. OpenClaw has a plugin system. Cursor has built-in web search. These are all valid approaches, but none of them offer the breadth of platform coverage that Agent Reach provides out of the box. Agent Reach's bet is that developers want their agents to access the same breadth of information that they themselves access, not a curated subset chosen by a tool vendor. Here's the pricing section, and it's going to be very short. Agent Reach is free. Open source. MIT licensed. 0 API fees, 0 subscription tiers, 0 credits, 0 tokens. The cost is your time for setup and maintenance. The install process is a single command, but configuring cookies for login-backed platforms takes a few minutes. The doctor command helps you verify everything, but you will occasionally need to refresh expired cookies. Upstream tools need updating. It's not a set-it-and-forget-it tool. But compare that to the alternatives. SERP API costs money per query. Browser use tools consume compute and API tokens for every page load. Custom scrapers require development time and ongoing maintenance. What you're paying for with Agent Reach is your own effort. And for anyone who regularly uses coding agents for research-heavy or integration-heavy work, the return on that investment is substantial. The practical installation is genuinely impressive. Run Agent Reach install -end equals auto, and the tool detects your environment, installs upstream dependencies, configures them, runs health checks, and gives you a clear report of what's working and what needs attention. From 0 to functional in a few minutes for the public platforms. I always include this section because no tool is perfect, and the ones that pretend to be are usually the ones hiding the most. Agent Reach's limitations are real. First, It requires local installation. You can't use it in a hosted agent environment unless you have shell access. Second, the login-backed platforms, Twitter, Bilibili, Xiaohongshu, need cookie configuration that can break. Cookies expire. Authentication flows change. The doctor command helps, but it's still maintenance. Third, platform coverage is deep, but not broad. Agent Reach covers 15 specific platforms exceptionally well, but it cannot browse arbitrary websites. If you need information from a niche forum or a site that isn't in its platform list, you're back to general web search. Fourth, and this is important, Agent Reach is a tool layer, not an agent itself. It doesn't make decisions. It doesn't plan. It doesn't reason. It provides information for your agent to reason about. The quality of the output still depends on the quality of the agent using it. For what it is, an open source, zero-cost, multi-platform information access layer, these limitations are reasonable trade-offs, not deal breakers. So here's my verdict. Agent Reach is one of those rare tools that makes you wonder how you worked without it. If you use coding agents regularly, whether for development, research, or content creation, this tool fills a gap you might not have realized existed. Your agent can finally see the internet the way you do, as a rich, multi-platform conversation. Start with the GitHub repository. The link is in the description. Run Agent Reach install -nv equal auto. Check Agent Reach Dr.-JSON to see what's working. Then watch your agent operate with a breadth of awareness it never had before. I'm genuinely excited to see what the community builds with this. The trajectory suggests this is only the beginning. Until next time, curious minds, keep your ears perked. There's always more coming. Until next time, curious minds.